So you're going to bring one heel up here and you're just stretching down as far as you can go, starting to your shin and then moving down to your toe or even the ground. Remember, I want you to hold everything for 30 seconds to a minute this week and to go through the whole set of the exercises or warm-up stretches for at least 2 rounds, if not more. If you feel like your body needs more of a stretch, hold it there longer or go through the sequence again. And you're going to drop down into these hip stretches. So we're really going to get into our hips in this set today. So you're pushing forward and then you're going to raise your hand up, getting that stretch all the way through your spine and your quad. And again, both that first one you're holding for 30 seconds, you're doing it with your hand up for 30 seconds. Then you're going to push back like I'm showing you here, reaching forward and holding that for 30 seconds to a minute. And then again, pushing forward. This time you're going to bring that inside arm inside of your leg if you can. Otherwise, you're just going to keep it out where you were at the beginning, holding it there. And you're going to go through that all again on the other side. So once you get through there, you're going to walk yourself back nice and slow, bring up that front leg, and then you're pushing forward. And you can kind of move in it if you need to feel that stretch in your or movement into your hip a little bit more if it's feeling a little tight. Otherwise, you're going to go through that whole sequence again. Remember, 30 seconds there, 30 seconds with your hand up. So the whole idea of this whole week of restoration is to really focus on the stretches and focus on the movement and slow it down, being really patient with your body and letting it heal. You might not feel like that's what you want to do because you're used to pushing a little bit more intensely, but I want you to listen to your body and make sure that you are letting it relax and restore and repair this week, because next week when you go back into the high intensity, not only will you kind of push past any plateaus, you will just feel better overall in your body, and that's the point. Then you're going to bring that leg back, and with these you're sitting all the way down, coming up, and if you can back bend farther than me, meaning reaching your hands back farther and bending your back a little bit more while you look back, that's what I want you to do. You're going to go through about 10 to 15 of those, and then you're switching to these cat-cows, so tabletop, just going up, trying to feel every bone in your spine coming up into that arch, and then same thing coming down, looking up. And again, this is a really slow movement, just feeling your spine, and you'll probably be able to arch your back a little bit more than mine. And you're going to go through that 10 to 15 times as well. And then with these hip circles, I want you to go 10 times around. I'm just showing you 5 here coming back. So your idea is to draw a big circle with your knee, and then you're going to go back the opposite direction. So coming forward, nice and big. And you might notice that it doesn't feel like you're going very big or very wide with that circle, but that's kind of why we are working on these, to make that mobility happen and make your hips be able to move a little bit more smoothly, which helps you with any hip pain, but especially low back pain. Usually a lot of that will come from having really tight hips. So again, you're doing 10 of those in each direction on each side. And then you're going to move in to the next movement once you get through all of those. And you'll notice this is called a pigeon pose. I'm bringing my hip up, my leg up in front of the front one. And then you're either going to hold up on your forearms like this, or even on your fingertips if that's a little bit too far, it feels too tight. And then if you can, you're going to drop your head down to your hands or to the floor and put your hands out above your head. So I'm showing you here where I'm just staying in this position if it feels really tight or anything like that. And then you're going to switch your legs. So you're just letting yourself out of that nice and slowly, switching it around. This is one where a lot of people hold it like they feel good in it, but they only hold it 20 to 30 seconds. But actually, it's one that once you get into that comfortable spot, I want you to hold it a lot longer and just let your hips kind of release in that spot there. And you can notice I'm putting my head down again. And then you're just walking yourself out of that nice and safely and pushing back into a child's pose. So just hips, butt into your ankles. So again, you're just kind of relaxing your hips here, and this is where you're ending the circuit, and you can do it again. I want you to go through it again one more time through all of that, and then move on to your cardio for the day, unless you did your cardio first, and then come back into the group and check in.